Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquise, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women relate, get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that leave quality legacies. Let's build. Today's topic: should modern women stay modern or go back to being traditional? Okay. We got to start with if you're on here, say hi. If you're watching us on the replay, hashtag replay. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think. So, um, let's fix something here. Save. All right. All right. So, I would love to know your definition of the modern woman. Modern woman. Modern woman. Okay. Come on in, share this live. Modern women. Stay modern or be traditional. All right. So first I need to define, okay? I need to define what we talking about right now. Hey guys, how are you? Okay. So we need to define what a modern woman is, right? Because you may be having a conversation or think you're saying something, but that's when you don't know the definition of what everybody's talking about and what sense they're talking in, then you may miss the point. The way I see how people are talking about, and well, whoever made it up, the term modern woman, it's not exactly a positive thing. You're like, oh my God, I'm a woman, I can do whatever I want, I'm free, I'm liberated, and this and that and the third. But let me ask you, why was it that the marriage rate was higher back in the day? Hey Tim, and now it's at 25%. If modern woman uh lifestyle, right? If that kind of thing is working, right? So let me give you that disclaimer, okay? The disclaimer is what's the disclaimer? The disclaimer is we can appreciate what the feminist movement has done. However, it almost feel like if you could take this the feminist movement and bring it all, the main thing it did was sexual liberation, okay? But my question to you is, when you did the sexual liberation, did you consider what your hormones are going to do, what how society is going to react? And as much as you say, I don't care what people think, I don't care, I can sleep with whoever I want to, just like a man, when you do that, right, you still got to be chosen by the men, sis. Like, that's the whole point. If we were choosing each other, girl, like, hey, girl, what? You could be a wife. The women chose, right? If the women were choosing wives, we could do whatever the hell we want. The problem is those men that that control relationships, they still control access to relationships. They still let you know. They let you know if you're a couple. Yeah, yeah. He can let you know that he wants to be in a relationship with you, and you can respond back to him. He can let you know he would like to propose to you, and you can respond back to him. But men control access to relationships and marriage, and women control access to sex and who gets born in this world. If we can at least agree, can we agree to those things, those foundational things in a conversation? If we can agree, if you say, nah, it won't work. I can't take you from where you are to where you need to be. If you don't agree with that, okay, at least, okay. Do I wish it could be like women can do whatever men do? 1,000%. That's my disclaimer. I wish. Do them boys like they used to do you. The problem is, what the problem is, when you are good, I'm not saying they're bad. When you're a good person and you say, I'm going to do what those I wanna do what the bank robbers do. I wanna do what the prostitutes do. I wanna do what the murderers do. Right? I wanna do what I'm not trying to go too graphic, what the bad people do, right? The bad behavior, that's what women want to do. We wanna copy the bad behavior. You ever had kids and you be like, kids. Now, mommy done did a lot of good things in her life. This is what happened when you had like siblings or whatever. It's like, now all the things I done did right, and y'all want to point out all the bad things that I did, and that's what you want to copy. But you did this and you did that, so it should be okay. That's what we're sounding like to the men. We sound crazy when we say, well, y'all get to do it this way and y'all get to do it that way. And they smirk in their little heads and say, but I'm not, that may be who I was, right? That may be who I used to be, but I'm still not going to bring you into this next level with me. That's where the disconnect is happening. Okay. That's where the disconnect is happening, is that men could live this whole life, right? And because, like, just because they can go back and say, you know what? I'm a born again hoe. Let's tell me I'm wrong. I want to be a husband now, right? No. I want you to think about it. Think about it and tell me the truth, okay? Because you know it's getting me heated. Because it's nothing but hypocrisy and judgment. You was a O, okay? With a capital O, you was a O, right? As a man. You went all through your life and you did whatever you wanted to do. You slept with whoever you wanted to sleep with. Everybody like, hey, good job. Oh, yeah. You pulling girls left and right. It's okay. It's praised. Then one day you want to put away your childish ways. And you say, I'm ready to be a husband, and the fact that I'm ready to take on this responsibility, I'm ready to be a big man now. I'm ready to be responsible for a family now. I'm ready to be a provider now, right? So now, when you are the provider, when you are doing whatever, and I'm thinking about parenthood, like when you know how parents be like, and the kid be like, but you did that. I'm like, I'm the parent. What you talking about, right? So the guy's like, I'm the husband, okay? I can do and move how I want to move, but based off of what I want to choose, since I have access and all, I'm going to choose me the the woman that didn't, that didn't sleep around. Sir, you slept around with every sir, sir, sir. Look at your past. Look at your past. And I blame the women. You know why I blame the women? Because y'all don't have a stand. I didn't get it until one day. I'm like, it's not fair. Why the guys? Why the guys? But the women say it's okay. So if women would say, we're not taking no hoes, just like the men, things have changed, ladies. Oh, you were with a lot of women. I don't do that. In your standards, come on, somebody. This was one of my standards. Oh, you want to get married? Oh. How many people you been with? Oh. Right? So if he was with 50 girls, I'd have been like, nah, good. I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm gonna pass. That's what I'm gonna do. Right? Because I was not at that place. Oh no, I didn't have 50. I don't want no. That's not the kind of person I want. So you see how that works? We can decide at any time that I don't want a man that has 100 bodies. Nobody's talking about it. It's not a thing. Y'all forgive it. I don't want a man who was a cheater. That get around, they'll probably stop cheating because they now can't get the higher quality woman. What is the requirement, right? Nice car and money. That means he could be a 10 times a hoe and it's okay. All is forgiven because he has money. No, 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 no. You got to go back to the character part. What is his character like? How does he treat people? Right? Because we don't have that standard, but they do. Y'all getting mad at the wrong people. Get mad at us. We women need to be mad at us. We're like, no, I don't do men. If you had 50 bodies, I'm good. That's too much. You just do y'all hear them on the podcast? That's just way too much. I mean, I only had 30. So if she had any more than 30, oh no, she's just dirty, right? Do y'all hear them? Is it just me that hears this? Some guys, they got sense because they're like, you know what? I've been with so many women, I can't even judge that girl because I know I'm a dirty hoe. I know. Let me stop talking like that. I know they've been with so many women that they don't even care about the girl's past. They don't care at all. So it's somebody for everybody. You just got to find the right somebody. He might not have everything you want, okay? My point is the standards of women have to be higher. Instead of rising up and saying, I won't accept a man who played with his youth, just like they do us, just like they do us, I won't accept your past the way you are, right? I don't want that. Instead of us doing that, what do we say? I'm going to be a modern woman and I'm going to sleep with as many men as I want to. Do you see yourself lowering your standard? I hope you see this. I'm going to have casual sex, even though it affects me and my hormones the worse. Even though it puts me in a position to go buy Plan Bs all left and right. Even though it puts me in a position to get, contract STDs at a faster rate. Even though it puts me in a position to have an unwanted pregnancy. But I'm going to lower my standard because it's not fair. Men can do whatever they want. They're not home with them. Do you know how many men? Let me ask you this. You know how many men that have kids, but the kids ain't in the house? Because it's on the woman. You got to start putting one and one together, and it's two. You having casual sex, and I'm not judging, but if you said my standard now is the worst of men, you have played yourself, my sis. My standard now is to do whatever I want, just like the men. Y'all keep giving them a get out of jail free card because you're like, I don't care how many bodies you had. That only works if you was like, you know what? Right? If they say it don't matter, you say it don't matter, okay, fine. But that's not what they're doing. So you have to respond accordingly. You have to say, you know what? I do care how many people you've been with. I did save myself. So why was like, if you want equality, be like, you know what? I saved myself. So I want somebody else that saved themselves. I did the bare minimum compared to everybody else. So I want somebody that did the bare minimum. Tell me when I'm speaking right. I don't want somebody with 100 bodies because I don't have 100 bodies. And let all the girls that got 100 bodies figure it out. They be with each other. Stop taking these men that was on this lower status, this lower type time. There are a lot of men that are long-term relationship guys. Y'all just don't want them. You got to look at his past history, just like they're looking at we got to play the game a lot smarter. You got to look at his past history and you've been single for how long? And this is the thing, though. Think about it. Somebody said they were single for 6 years. Okay, you've been single for 6 years and you didn't get in one relationship. But you want to but I'm supposed to get into a relationship with you now that you've been having your good old ball, right? Now I'm supposed to get in a relationship. No. No, why are you single? Why? Okay, fine. You could do that, but you're just not for me. Men don't have no problem be like, nope, next. They don't have no problem with it. They find out their dream girl got passed around, it don't matter because it's their pride, right? Instead of us having pride in sleeping around as women, we need to have pride in raising our standards. That's why I say our modern women, should they stay modern or they should go back to being traditional? That's the disclaimer. The disclaimer is no, I don't think every woman wants to go back and sit home and watch the children and clean the house and listen to the man and be at whatever his income is. Because the way life is set up right now, y'all not gonna be able to pay for cars and life is too expensive for all that, right? So you got to find a way to say, okay, what values do I want to embody versus this I'm gonna do whatever I want type of mentality and then pay the price. Y'all, women are out here paying the price for doing whatever they want. They are out here paying the price. The men are making them pay. I'm sorry, but they are. Why? Because once they find out certain things about you, they don't. You're disqualified. yo, y'all men, like, yo, I would just be like shaking my head, shaking my head. You know how women be like, why didn't you text me back? Some of these guys out here, right? I'm over here working. I did not know this person was gonna text me, and he was just like, "Fine." He's like, he sent a text, and then he was like, "Well, okay, then, good night." And I'm just like, "Now, ain't that funny?" Mind you, I'm over here showing houses, running here, running to this appointment, running to that appointment. Right? I saw the text, but I was just like, I couldn't. I was in the middle of traffic. Okay, and I was like, "What's this all about?" I didn't even know this was. This is when the flip side happens. They have so much less patience than us. They have so much more or less patience than we do when it's them that like us. When it's them that text us and we didn't get a response. When it's them that I don't like this and that. So what I'm saying is raise your standards of how you want what you want in a man, not just be looking just at his income, not just looking at his height as things he can't control. He could control his body count, sis. He could control how long his whole phases go for. He can control all that. Now what makes him change? And you never found that what kills me is when he says he's been single for extended period of time, right? And you think you're going to be the one to change him, ma'am. You don't even know if he's done. You can't believe the words that's coming out of his mouth. You go by what you need to find out. Like, listen, go find a relationship to come back. I can't do it. Those things I can't trust. Anyway, so let's talk about the modern woman. Modern woman definition. Here we go. So all right, so what I wanted to say about the modern woman. Okay, so this is in my head, modern women are sleeping around with whoever they want. This is what I gather from what they're saying about modern women. Um, they're definitely feminist, right? They're trying to compete with men all the time. I listen. Before I found out about all this stuff, I was just like, I bow out gracefully. I don't want to compete with men no more. I used to hate. Oh my god, we have a leaderboard at work, and I was just like, it's 5 men name in a row. Where's the women? Like I always was trying to fight for like women. Come on, we gotta beat them. We gotta beat them. And then when we start winning and stuff like that, I was like, okay, okay, then women can win, right? When we win big. This one lady, yo, she kills it in real estate. I was like, you smoking the man. You just absolutely know what you're doing. Um, so I got over that. I was like, listen, it's like winning with a man, winning against the man is like losing my femininity. I don't want it. I don't want it. If it's gonna make me grouchy, it's gonna make me upset. If it's gonna make bags come under my eyes, I don't want it. Y'all can win that. Why would I fight you on working hard? Like, of course I work hard, but I don't have to work hard at the expense of my family, at the expense of my relationships. I don't gotta do that because we found a smarter, better way. This is what women do. We always find a smarter, better way to make money, to do life. We just find the shortcut to the shortcut. We do legal shortcuts. Okay, so that modern woman is sleeping around. That modern woman is has masculine behaviors. That modern woman is, you know, they don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. They don't want to. But the thing about it is, like, listen. And then their job is like equal to their man's job. The man can make way more money, but just because the both of them have a job, it's like whatever, I work too. That's it. But you're missing the whole picture. So because you work, the house got to look like trash. Because you work, the kids don't get to be fed healthy meals. Because these are things you got to think about. So you as a woman got to take the L's. Like if you're gonna work, know that you're gonna, and that's why I was like, why my entire like growing up, like, why can't we have it all? Why can't we have it all? Because all is a lot. Having it all is a lot. You got to work the job. You got to take care of home. Hopefully, your husband's chipping in and helping you with here. with certain things. Y'all doing things together. If y'all a team, oh my gosh, congratulations. You winning, mama. Keep that man. Keep him. But if not, and he so it depends on the guy's job. If his job is absolutely draining y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you. Just one of them days. Yeah. When I wanna be all alone. That's the reason why I couldn't respond. Because if I was up to here, wait, if this was like my normal how I handle everything, I was like here. I was putting out this fire, that fire, that fire, that fire. I was just so upset. And I was just like, you know what? It's been a minute since I've been emotional. It's okay. I'll take that. Let me calm myself down. Let me get myself together. And I literally had a conversation, leave it at the door, right? Leave it at the door. The kids was like, they want to hug me, they want to kiss me. Leave all of that outside. Now it's like when you come home and you've ever been a single mother or a single parent, and you come home and you fought a all out war that day. All you want to do is hug and kiss your kids and be and give them and receive love from them and give them your love. And you can leave all the stuff that happened outside the door. That's the beautiful part. The place of peace and safety. That's the comfort of your home. If you ever are in that scenario, right, as a woman, and you get married to a man after being in that scenario, that's when you start to understand your role as a traditional woman. I didn't know it was going to click that good, but thank you, God, it's clicking that good. That's when you get it. That's when I sat in that car. You know how people be like punching it. I never used to know. You remember Brad Pitt? Oh my gosh. Remember Brad Pitt, yo. Brad Pitt used to he used to do the like on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Oh my god. And I used to laugh every time. But that's how frustrated I was. And I was like, do not go inside with your frustration. Don't go inside with your tears either. I was you hot and bothered. Women, you see these tears right here? These are killer tears. That's how hot I was, right? It was like when I have to talk about commissions and I know I'm talking to a slickster. Oh my gosh. It gets me hot. I'm like, sir, what you're not gonna do is outslick me. I don't know. I don't care who you outslick. I don't care how you talking. And I just didn't like how he was talking to his partner. So now I'm mad at you for being mad at me and him. Try to teach him like he's a dummy. Oh, I was heated. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get into this. I see what you're trying to insinuate. We're saying the same thing. It's all good. As long as I get X, Y, Z, boom, 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 we're good. Logical thinking kicked in. So I was like, what you're not gonna do? You're not gonna be lopsiding me. Once I realized, sis, they about to get so much money off. I was like, sis, you can't get in between that. There's nothing you could do. So I was like, all right, you know what? I just want to finish this conversation, go to my other negotiation and my other negotiation. And I was just like, okay, I'm done. Anyway, my point is, what is my point? My point is, if that man is working hard and dealing with so many emotional stresses on top of the physical stress of working, I can see the value in looking good when he get home. I can see the value in the house being clean because I want to do something that I wish somebody could do for you. Listen, the kid's not gonna do it, sis. They're just not. You get to a point where it's like, stop asking them, just do it, sis. It's much easier. Y'all want to know why moms be cleaning up after the kids? It's because it's much like you peaceful home or yelling and screaming, they still don't get it, right? So I just show them how to get it done. I'm like, listen, 15 minutes is all gonna be. I would do that for him. He walk in the door, and I want it to smell good. I want it to look good. I want food to be. I would have been so happy if it was a hot meal. So I'm gonna treat him the way I wanted to be treated today. And then I would have been glad to have a conversation and spoke a little bit about my day. But I got all my frustration out, but just calmly talk about it. That would have been great. So when you don't have a traditional mindset as a woman, you're basically like, well, I had a bad day too. Well, why you think I'm gonna sit here and like listen, if you working and you had to stand all day and the best thing I could do today was rub your feet, sir. Pass me the lotion, I'm rubbing feet. What's up? Like whatever to make your life feel better. Like I can come on. Like I can not to say like I am his slave and I'm doing uh I'm doing like I want to surprise him with it. I want him like feet, socks. Now, like, wait a minute, hold on, sir. Like, let me want to do it, sir, right? So, like, but it's okay because I was like, okay, because now I know that you can't pay somebody to like you can pay somebody to do it, but you ain't paying them tonight, and you get this extra benefits with me, and now you're looking forward to come home, just like I was looking forward to hugging my son when I got home. I said, look, I'm going in there, I'm gonna hug my kids, I'm gonna laugh at them and play with them, and that's the value of family. He said, will you allow him an hour to wind down? Absolutely, absolutely. Get your food, sit back. I believe in that. Not walk in the door, do this, do no. This was what I was so mad about today. I wasn't even mad for me. I was being mad. I was being mad to be honest with you how a man was being treated. I was, but what the thing is like how you treat him affects me now. Now, oh man, I had to give the rap. I had to, I had to let her know like this, that. What's your problem? What's your problem again? Okay. So anyway, real estate problems, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I would definitely allow him time to. I actually, what I had to. So one thing about women, we might wind down in the car because soon as we come in, the kids are like, mommy, this, that, you know. So yeah, we might wind down a little bit in the car and then come inside, and that would be nice for us to wind down as well. So yeah, I'm definitely. It could be more than an hour. Okay, like go do your thing, whatever, because you got to replenish, and I understand that. So yeah, the whole like, let me download my day on you when you walk out the door. No, no, no. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Those kind of things, those kind of moments make you value, even though Jesus, you banged him on the head. Sorry. Yeah, even though your day is stressful. Okay, let me move on. So yeah, the modern woman, let me get this definition of modern women. It just makes you think like the modern woman, the way we are set up is to be selfish. I don't know how. Like I'm trying to tell you, God be walking me through before I even find out what it is. It's like we turn out to be like we it's all about what we want, what it is, and that's what I was kind of dealing with. And that's why I be trying to say, look, I see y'all. I see how y'all do your real estate agent, okay? Women. I see how I didn't know. But now that I know, I'm like, dang, you mighty about you and not about nobody else, man. But anyway, love my women. Can very modern women can often be put in the text as having okay. So the modern woman has a job, not entry level, has done very well for herself, and maintains or does not maintain a family. Okay. So this is the Urban Dictionary definition. In the 50s, when the term first came out to use, 50. We are in 2022. That means this term has been out for 70 years. This has been 70 years. And I mean, 70 is a lifetime nowadays. If we our average age of living is 60 something, 70 something. Actually, it's probably more. But 70 years of something. That means we got to see this whole thing play out. But how do you think it's playing out right now? Ladies, gentlemen, do y'all think that it's it's do you think that it's working out good for relationships right now? I don't think so. I really don't think so. All right, let me give you the definition. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Give me a second, y'all. So basically, they're trying to say modern women, yeah, it's not working out. He said no. Drawn. That's what it is. See, I remember, I didn't have to look it up today, Drawn. How are you? Um, it's not working out well. You got to know like the results of things, okay? You got to see the results. Here we go. All right. I got the modern woman definition right here for you. Let's see. What's the top? Okay. Let me just read it. Um, when it first came to use, it was also a sexual saying. A modern woman can have many romantic interests as she have as many romantic interests as she sees fit. Right? And it was like, was that when they were like, oh, I have a suitor coming along? The modern woman pursues affairs. Ooh, pursues affairs and is equal to the man when it comes to sexual partners. Now, let me pause right there. I don't like I don't see the thing about life is a double standard, like when you get grown, you understand it's a double standard. And if you're a parent, you'll be like, well, why can't you do why I gotta do it and you don't do it, mom or dad? Because it's a double standard. Why I can't cuss, but you can cuss in front of me? Why I can't drink alcohol, but you can drink alcohol? Why are you telling me never smoke, but you over here lighting up? It's a double standard. Life is full of double standards, and I understand that. But when you understand the consequences of not following this rule in law, you're going to have problems. So you can't look at things as fair, fair, fair. Women, we love the fair word, and I'm the first one. It got to be fair. I was literally negotiating with the guy, and I was like, "This got to be fair." And he said, "What's not fair about it?" I was like, "Dang it, I got him. Got one of those guys. What's not fair about it?" And I knew where he was going with it. He's like, basically, it's my business what I tell my seller I want. And as long as I give you what I told you on the thing, like on what I posted, that's all that matters. So I was like, you know what? What is fair to me? That's good. What is fair to me? What is my minimum standard of what I want? And I was like, as long as I get that, I'm cool. So if I am able to move around in life, I can make mistakes. I can try and I can get myself together. Like meaning, I'm trying to find love, right? I'm trying to find love or love finding me, whatever. And I, I don't want to be judged for something not working out. But I'm also not necessarily seeking out 10 people at the same time, sleeping with multiple people at the same time. I'm not doing none of that stuff. So as long as I can move around and figure myself out, I'm cool. Because women, what we don't want is like, if you ever been with two men, you're a hoe. That's stupid. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that. Because y'all would have never stopped it too. Y'all know better. That's where it is, the hypocrisy goes way out of control. But if she was trying to be in a relationship and she grew and she, got better, she's really relationship minded, all of that, then you should not hold whatever happened in her past against her because those things help her to become a better woman. Let me know if I'm making sense. Those things help her. The woman that you get in front of you today, she learned from her mistakes. She learned how to deal with the man. She learned how to live with the man. She learned how to. Somebody was telling me that you had to learn how to live with a man. You had to learn how to be with a man. You had to learn how to deal with, in certain circumstances, right? You don't want her to be like all up and down and crying and not knowing how to handle herself because now you got a rookie that don't know what's going on, and then it's going to be annoying to you. But if you have somebody that can hold her own, she understood so many different lessons as she went through. Now it's like, okay, whatever your past is, as long as it ain't too crazy, I'm okay with it. But when you're out here being a woman, like, listen, I'm gonna just start it up, and y'all have no right to call me a hoe. You have like, but you're exhibiting hoe behaviors, man. Like I was one of those people that never. I was like, I'm never calling. He said, "Where's she at?" She's here. Thank you for the like. Hit the like button, y'all. Share this. She's here, right? So it's like the woman tried. You can't. If somebody else broke her heart and did her wrong, you holding that against her, you should be perfect. You're not a virgin. You're this and that. I'm like, okay, sir, you're reaping the benefits of her learning from like how to handle certain things. Right? She's not like, hey, how you doing? This is the first day. Let me cling on to you. Let me love you. Oh, da, da, you're like, whoa, whoa, hold on. That's when she doesn't have experience. But she got a little experience under her belt. She know how to handle herself emotionally, and you're not dealing with a youngin'. You're gonna be like, okay, that's great, but she had to go through it first. She had to learn some things first. Life is her teacher, so you can't be judging her based off of that. But if she was like going from person to person to person to person, dealing with multiple people at the same time or whatever, even if she had that little phase that she was like, listen, this is not for me, this is not me, or she changed, give her some grace. But when you're like, I can do whatever I want to do, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing, that's when we start having problems. Nobody gonna tell you nothing, sis. You can sleep with whoever you want. You right, but you got to pay the price. If there's no price to pay, why did you get pregnant? If there's no price to pay, why are you a single parent? If there's no price to pay, why you don't know who the father is? I said I wasn't gonna get on the girls no more, but I ain't got nothing better. Right? I can't get on males. I can't talk to men about being like children. You understand? When the men act like little kids, like I can't be like, do better, sir. No, the men got to check that guy. I can't cry about that. I can't be mad about that. What I can do is help my sisters to become better women and stop going by what society is telling you. John says, right. I can't help that guy. They don't exist to me. When women start talking about men, I'm like, what men? What are you talking about? I don't know them. What? Who? What? He didn't do what? He don't have a what? I don't got time for that. Why do you even talk about these people? Why do you even deal with them? You know how crazy we sound about all these men. All that says is that you don't attract high quality men, right? Even if it didn't work out, all you could do is say it didn't work out. You could be salty as ever. Trust me, your girl's been salty a time or two. You could be salty, but I was like, but at the end of the day, did he try? Was he intentional? It just didn't work out. Why am I gonna be mad? I'm gonna be mad because my feelings hurt. My heart got broken, but I knew the risk I was taking. Stop playing games and like going to the casino of love and then mad because you lost your money. But you know it's a good chance you was gonna lose some money tonight. Just be okay with it and say, talking to the game. It is what it is. I don't want to get my heart broken anymore. Okay, then you don't ever want to be in love or find a partner. You don't. And men take that risk too. They fall in love. They get their feelings hurt too. They're not over here like well, some of them, all these women are trash. Who's that? Gristle G says, hey G, how are you? He says, 100. High fives. Dron says, yeah, I keep getting them bum joints. Exactly. Them bum joints, if they start going on about the men. Yes, every woman has been hurt. But it's just like that little anger just festers. Like, oh my gosh. Like, we have to learn how, like, our feelings get hurt because we started so innocent and then it just be like, you made me this monster. Now I'm saying, where everybody, right? So we can get into those moments where we lose faith in the process and we lose ourselves. But I just wish that the bum Jones that you're talking about, they can come out of that one day. But what they do, their heart turn black for the rest of their lives. And that's what I don't want. If you're watching this and you're a bum John, yo, John, I know. What part of Philly you from, John? You told me before. Germantown, right? He said them bum Johns. Like, yo, don't you hate when they be like, John, whatever that lawyer is? I'm like, that's not even how we say it, sir. Cut it out. Stop trying to take our words. So basically, the modern woman is saying the time of the nice girl is over. But that's when we had the most power as women, being a nice girl. That will probably slow some of these guys from running through so many women is because they believe that some girls are nice. But if they think that all women, they see all this negative behavior exhibited, they're not going to feel bad for doing us dirty. They gonna have to slow down a little bit. Like, dang, no, she a nice one. I know a lot of people back off, be like, nah, she really, like, they're like, nah, I know I ain't. Let me leave her alone, right? But when you like, oh, I don't catch feelings, they're gonna you say that, and then when you do catch feelings, and then they like, well, you said you don't catch feelings, so it's not my problem. Watch what you say, watch what you do. All right. So we have to attract more quality people. So we have to learn how to be quality people. We were going through a house, and the girl was like, no, y'all can't come in. And I was like, bad. We can't come? Okay. I get right. And she's like, and I walked over. She's like, oh, like it was that easy. So, oh, you back down. Like, what you want me to do? You gonna let me in this house? You gonna let me in this house? I have an appointment. I drove from girl, I don't care. We have another home 4 minutes away. What I will do though is let the realtor know that you didn't let me in the house. So when they're putting you out, miss, know that my vote counted. That's my power. I'm not, she took a lot of pride in it. And I was like, ma'am, you live in somebody else's house. Y'all know when y'all renting, they can kick y'all out, right? They may not be able to kick you out today or tomorrow, but one day they're gonna kick you out. So the way that women are going, they just want to play hardball a lot. They want to play hardball. They want to manipulate or be like, I want to do what the guys are doing. I got a roster. This one girl, I tried to be friends with different type of girls, and I was like, nah, I got to stick with my kind. I got to stick with my kind. I was like, how you letting all these men go in your house? And guess what? When she wanted me to come over, she gonna ask me for my ID. I said, ma'am. She's like, oh, you must be with the feds. That's how you know. Who says stuff like that? Wait. Okay. I'm not even gonna go there with her. But my point is, I asked her, did you ask all of the men that you're sleeping with for ID before they came over to your house and entered your body? Did you ask them for a test to see if they clean? No. You're not making no sense. What was I gonna do to you? So that's the kind of women that's like, oh, I can be with whoever I want. And then they be like, I wanna be with as many men as I want. And I'm like, but at the deep down, you want a relationship. You want a relationship, and then you're settling for bum Negroes, and you keep complaining how they ain't nothing. And this is when our kids are asleep. Some women, it's just like, yeah, I can't believe y'all exist. But okay. I tried so hard to help her, and all she did was drain me. So I had to let her go. Sometimes you got to let these girls go out their misery, like let people stay in their misery. He says playing hardball and being manipulative is a turn off, right? Yeah, it's like you're trying to be like men so bad. You're like trying to get their validation. Like you talking about, oh, women shouldn't submit. When you're submitting to all the ideas what men do, and you're trying to copy them. You don't see that as a problem, and y'all be the first one lining up to go get surgery, which is fine if you're going to get surgery for yourself. But if you're really doing it just to get a man's attention, I want to get me a high value man because I'm gonna get me a nice bum. Cut it out. So, making marking the end of the nice girl era in which women were only supposed to have one sexual partner, as opposed to men who could pursue interests of a sexual nature. All right. So the example was, wow, Susan dresses nice, own her own house, is sexy, and sleeps around. She was the regular woman, like almost, how you have the S on your chest. They got the the S means something else. It means woman, right? And I don't like the names. I don't like none of that stuff because, like I said in the beginning of the show, men be the biggest hoes, right? But they feel like they can change, but the woman can't change. But in reality, the women are not changing, and that's why the women are not changing because they feel like it's going to go forever. Just like when you in the casino too long, ma'am, if you stay acting in this, I feel like women can have a past and then they can change their ways. They have to make negotiations. They can't qualify for certain things no more, but you can still find somebody okay. But when you try to play the game all the way to the end, you end up with nothing. That's what we're trying to prevent. But it's almost like you're judging us. You're doing this. No, ma'am. So when I say modern women need to go back to being traditional, meaning some of the ways of the past work. Women are always going to want a man to provide and protect. Men are always going to want a woman to support and help around the house and be feminine, cooperative, and submissive. They're always going to want those things. So if you're a modern woman, it doesn't matter. You still have to adjust yourself for traditional ways. Now you got to add a job and career on top of it. So now, no wonder people don't know if they're man or woman no more. No wonder, because you feel like you got the job of a man. You work hard all day, and then you just like, well, why can't I come home, take that hour that John was talking about, and then but I got to take care of the kids, but I got to take care of the house, but I got to take care of food. And that's when that resentment starts to build, right? He says, yes, being feminine is the key word. Absolutely. So if modern women is like, wait, I got it. I got it. I got it. Modern women equals man. We have become men. When I figured this out, they talk about you a homie with a skirt. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't like this. Where's this going? I thought it was cool. Like, oh yeah, I'm one girl's like I'm a man. I don't know what they call it. A man's woman, a guy's girl. That's what they call it. A guy's girl. And then I realized this is not good. This is not good. Once they get to know me, they think I'm masculine. This is not good. And what is it that makes you masculine? Don't do that. The thing that makes you masculine is when you keep putting work over your relationship. He says, what time do you come on now? Thought you were on during the day. Yes, I've changed the time to 10 o'clock, Avon. Thank you, though. Yes, you're right. I was in the morning, but I had to get my life together. That's what it is. Okay. So yeah. So join me at night. So now everybody's out of work. I should see the numbers go up because y'all not working now. Y'all was like, Roof, I'm trying to join the show, but I'm working. Right. So do y'all have any questions about the modern woman? Like, did y'all know the definition of a modern woman before? Like, this is the standard for women now. We feel like we can sleep with whoever we want and there's no consequence. But the consequences are in life. How you gonna try to do what a man does when a man cannot get pregnant? Worst thing, they can hit him with child support. Ma'am, I take care of my kids anyway. So if I'm working and all I gotta do now is cut money out my check, nothing changes except for I work a little bit more. But with a woman, her body changes. She got to take time off. She's throwing up when she's pregnant. She's sick. She got to go to doctor's appointments. She got to think about not stop whatever she's doing, drinking and smoking. There's so many things that affect it. So how can you say it's the same? Stop saying that we're the same. We're not the same. It's okay. Can you imagine we were all men? That's stupid. That's why men are saying we want women that are feminine, because you balance us out. It's not like be feminine now. It's not that. It's just like, yo, you being feminine kind of makes me feel more like a man. Like you're helping me, I'm helping you. Me being more masculine helps you feel more like a woman. And when we throw those things off, which is why they say, yeah, you can go to work, but like what guys like you can't work? No, they're like, if you want to work, if that's your passion, go ahead and do it. If you're going to be doing some dumb job and coming home with an attitude, that's when they don't want you to work. Does that make sense? So it's okay to be like, okay, let's do teamwork. But what's gonna work for you? Like if we sat here and talk and every man, because sometimes I think men have a different definition of feminine. They do. Some men, they just checking for your nails, they're checking for your hair, they're checking for do you wear lashes? Other ones are checking for that behavior. They're checking to see how do you respond to me. They're checking to see do you admire me. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. They want that flirty vibe. Okay. Once you see it, you be like, wait, why don't I do that? Right? You just be like, oh, it's getting good. They want that flirty vibe. So that's why if you're not giving them a flirty, that's why he's flirting with everybody else in the street. I'm thoroughly all about like what can I give so he don't feel like he's missing anything. That's just why would you not? If I'm a realtor, why would I not give you the best service I can possibly give you and make you feel like, oh my gosh, you're like this girl. She does Delaware. She does Maryland. She's going to Jersey. She helps us fix our credit. She's a one stop shop. She's amazing at negotiating. Like, I'm so glad I chose her. Be that way to your man and don't let the world make you think that your man is your enemy. That's the biggest lie that the enemy ever told the woman. Your man is not your enemy. Maybe a strange man is your enemy. Maybe you don't know what his intentions are. But after y'all go through the phases, this man is on your side. He wants to love you. He wants to put you higher than any other woman. He wants that, but there's a price. The problem comes in when we women, we think we don't have to work. We feel like we're entitled, but maybe you may not have to work and go pick up bricks, but you better work that little eyeshadow. You better work that lip gloss. You better work that belly out. You better do some squats. Your work is different. Your work is different. That's all. But we thinking we don't have to do no work. That's what throws us off every single time. Yes, work and rest. Yes, balance your energy out. We have women, our biggest thing is our energy, right? That's what makes the man get turned off is we're bringing negative energy. But really we're not trying to be negative. We just got a lot going on and we be like, can I dump it on your lap, please? But when are you giving positivity? So Drone says, respect me, rub my back, surprise me. I mean, this is the same back that's willing to be broken to make sure you're okay. Please rub my back. I'm out here working for us. I'm out here making sure our life is better. Oh no, not me. I'm nobody's slave. But you want gifts, you want money, you want your back rub, you want your feet rub, you want all those things. So it's so easy to be with a man. All you gotta be like is, okay, what is he actually like and what do I like? Let me find the right combination that makes him happy. That's it. They're simple and that's it. Because if you start with what things I like, then you be like, okay, that's what I like. And I do that for him. I see a reaction. I don't see a reaction the way I want it. What is he actually like now? You see? You can make it about you in the beginning and then get to know him even more and make it about him. Avon says facts. Avon says facts. So if we don't go back to the traditional mindset, let me see what let me see if uh that they have a traditional woman definition. Traditional woman. Let's see what the Urban Dictionary says about that. I feel like it's what we actually agree on. So I'm gonna go with that one. Traditional girl. Okay, like any other women, hold on. She waits for the guy to approach her. She asks the guy to do favors for her. She expects the guy to be the breadwinner while she lives off him. Yeah, that's the definition. What do you guys? The guys is not trying to do this. He says, person one, you should be more forward. Why don't she try to be more forward? It has always been the guy. Why should I bust my ace for a chick? Gosh, she's like any traditional girl, like a dog from the pound. She's waiting to get picked up. I hear men saying, why don't you shoot your shot? Why don't you shoot your no, not shooting my shot, sir. not shoot. So this would see, y'all have to understand that being feminine and being traditional, being traditional and being feminine is a choice. Okay, because we could be like, listen, I like you very much. So we can go into that, but we have to cut it off. The world teaches to go for what we want. He says that's a definition of a bum joint. A bum joint is a tradition. You said you want feminine. Feminine is all about laying back, like letting the man lead you. So sometimes I think that the men don't know what they want, and I've said it on the show that some of y'all are not ready for a feminine woman because you have to treat her a certain kind of way. A feminine woman is not deciding on a first date where you're gonna go eat. Like, oh, I want to go. Take me here, take me there, and not even considering what you want to do. No, it's like I will allow you to, where do you want to take me? That makes sense. So let me get into the art, the situation. Ooh, it's gonna be good. Hey Chuck, how are you? It's gonna be good. Let me tell you. So they got into an argument about hold on, let's see. He says, hey, beautiful lady. Hey Chuck, how are you? Thank you. Let's get into it.
Only 7 years older. My cousins is only 6, 7 years older. So like I was always hanging around older people. So like my OG used to be like, man, listen, like you think you having sex, you don't know what you're doing, just in the third, and then getting the game from them, and they telling and I really see like sometimes now a woman can say the wrong thing and mess the whole thing. Yeah, I'm good. I'm turned off.
So they were talking about how men view sex, and they were basically saying it depends on where the man is in his life, right? So depending on where the man is in his life, when they're younger, they just want to hit anything moving. When they get older, it's more mental. Which was it was a good answer.
The wrong thing come out your mouth and turn up. Before, when I'm 21, 20 years old, I'd be like, the mission was just to crack, and you know what I mean, at the end of the day, so it's like, it didn't really matter. Now, connection and every.
So he says basically, he and his wife at their level where they doing 2 days, like, and she's not working, and he does everything to take the stress off of her. She hangs around him all the time. All right, but check this out. She is traditional. She is feminine. So a lot of times, I hear men, and I'm not saying a woman can't act traditional, or kind of play her role in work. Sometimes she got to do it at this point, right? And that's what the family needs. That's what the family needs. The reason why the boss chick thing is a problem is because just because the woman is working, she feels like the roles are reversed. Just because she's working, she feels like she gets to control. Like they are making decisions without being the breadwinner. So imagine when she's like the breadwinner, or she makes money. She's like, look, I run the show at my job, and I don't know what you talk about. So the dynamic is starting to be challenging. And that's why a lot of guys is like, listen, I know you're working all, but I'm still the man. And she's like, I know you think you're still the man, but I'm working.
No connection.
I don't need you.
There's no emotional connection. It's just like, hey, let me do it.
So this is where we get into it. This is where we're getting into it.
This space, and I know a lot of them are married, and so sometimes they can look like anything and everything, and they don't need to even wipe them. So sometimes they don't even care as long as they get their ding-a-ling wet. So it's just another body. So, but to add on to what y'all said. Yeah.
So this, I'm thinking she is more so, I would say traditional, modern, traditional. That's what I would say based on these women. Oh, y'all can't see. So let me do it again. Look at the traditional. She's married. This is traditional thinking. This is modern woman thinking. She's young, and this is the older modern woman thinker. This is the do whatever I want girl. And then Courtney is she's more traditional, and that doesn't mean they don't work.
You muted yourself, Siobhan. So I agree with them too. I think that a lot of men do have this space, and I know a lot of them are married, and it's fine, it's cool, right? But I think that where we're headed, like kind of going forward, is like women are starting to act how men used to act, where they are having sex and there's no connection, and there's no emotional connection. It's just like, hey, let me do it. Hey, you lay down, okay. What time you leaving?
But just the way you said it is like, that's cute. Like, okay. See, the thing about women that you have to understand is like, you got to know when you're not winning. Like, that's not winning to just be like a man because you're not a man. You still let them hit. You don't understand how your superpower works. So you feel like, oh, I'm gonna act like you and I'm gonna just discard you because I've been discarded. All that's saying is you've been hurt. That's all. We acting like men now, but you're not a man, and that doesn't mean anything to them. But then you become more cold, and the things you need to be a woman and to be a nurturer and to be, this mother, to be whatever, a wife, you lose it in being casual, cold, and callous. Then you talking about f them kids. Like, I'm confused at y'all talking about f them kids. Like, they're kids. What are you talking about? It don't care. It don't matter who kids it is. It don't matter if it's different race kids. They're kids. Y'all are becoming cold and callous in your heart. Just because this is what men do, this is what men who don't care about you do. Does the man that cares about you do this kind of stuff? No.
Okay. So I think that's where the era that we're actually headed into. And it's sad to say, but it's like you're not gonna hurt me. You're not gonna hurt my emotional state, and I'm gonna do what you did. And not saying that somebody hurt me to do that. I'm just saying that's just where we are. That's where we're headed. Not as a whole. I'm just saying for someone, it's just like, hey, I'm about to live just like y'all live too.
When you do that, you're adding bodies and then they hold it against you. You say you don't want to get married, but later on, when you do going to get married, all of the behavior is going to harm you. But for the men, it doesn't have any consequences. They're going to get praised by the women and the men. That's the difference. I told you it was a double standard, but you got to work with life.
But okay, so can I ask you a question really quick? I'm sorry, Kayla. I just wanted to ask her a question really quick.
Sure.
So what you're saying, right? What you're saying that women are starting to adopt the mindset of men when it comes to sex, right?
Yeah.
You do understand that at the same time, they don't get what we get out of it though either. Most women ain't even having orgasms when they're having sex. So,
it's a game you can't win. I think that's his point is that it's a game you cannot win. Because you might be like, oh, I'm all about casual sex, but half the penises is trash. It's no emotional connection. You're missing the whole part. When he was talking before, he was saying how you thought the old heads was telling the young guy, you think you having sex, but you ain't having nothing yet, because when it gets emotional and mental, it's way better. So now you're having meaningless sex with people you don't have an emotional connection to. I hope somebody can take this and run with it and then understand you're not getting what they get out of it, meaning they got to orgasm and you did not. So now you wasted that as well. And your hormones say something different. You can act like you don't care, but as soon that's the guy. So that means you're having sex with a bunch of men you don't like, because we're about to get to that part. You're getting a bunch of people you don't like, but when you are with somebody you like, they might reject you because of the behavior of you just couldn't wait, you just couldn't hold it together, you just couldn't keep your legs closed, and then now you ruin your. There's plenty of women that ruin their chances with a good man because of their past. They couldn't be patient. They couldn't hold it together, and it don't seem right. But you got to understand what that does to a man's the way he thinks about you. They if that like okay, you can say, oh, he's being a hypocrite, but also he thinks that you're better. He thinks that you have higher moral standards and higher character, and that's what he's marrying you for. And when he realized like you're worse than me, oh hell no. And the world knows. You know what I realized? The guy was like telling me, somebody was saying like men will put up with cheating but they won't put up with the cheating that everybody knows about. I was like, you ain't noticed nothing really in my life. A lot of men been cheated on, but they not gonna broadcast. Oh my gosh, getting on social media. She cheated on me. She cheated on me. They gonna look crazy, right? So if it was like, and guys be like, it's all right, it's all right. They're gonna take it a chance. Like it's okay. She just out of her mind right now. She gonna come back to me. And then what happens? When everybody find out, the same guy that forgave you, he's gonna be like, I can't do it. I can't do it. You now you playing in my face. Make sense? All right. Moving on.
Did that, and then B, they saying that you're not gonna hurt me, but they are still being kind of hurt.
You are,
even if they don't realize it yet.
They all said yes.
You know what I'm saying? With all of the bodies that they continue to rack up and
Yes.
all the.
Just,
I would say,
just know when you're losing, sis. That's it. It's okay. Yeah, I might be. It is what it is. It'd be different if women be like, I will rack up the bodies and I will pay the consequence. But what they're saying is, I'm gonna rack up the bodies and I don't want to be punished for racking up the bodies. But they're going to punish you because you're not a woman. They're not gonna. Men are not women. They're not gonna understand where you're coming from. Not all of them. There's like maybe I'll get out of 4 guys, only one was like, I'm not worried about that. Out of 4, that means it matters to 3 out of 4 of them. So go ahead and gamble and take that chance. That's fine. Do whatever you want, but it's going to cost you later. A lot of these girls were on this guy was on Kendra G's show, right? And the women were upset because he said no weaves, no wigs, no lashes, no tattoos, and you got to have a child. This was the big one. You can't have multiple baby daddies because he had on his only. He had only one. He married his child's mother, so he's being divorced or whatever, and he wants somebody with no kids or adult kids or whatever. And all the women got mad because now all the things in their past has now disqualified them from a man that has what they want. That's the part you're not getting. If you're okay with being without a man forever, that's you got. Listen, hey, more power to you. But eventually, if you want to be with one, you got to know what they're going to hold against you. And you're young and you can prevent that. No, because it's like the angel on your head. Like I'm the angel. Like, no, girl, don't do it, child. You want to listen to that other friend, girl? You better do it. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna be all right. That devil winning on your shoulder. Back in the day in the 90s, remember Steve Urkel? He said the angel and the devil all the time, right? And that's what's happening. That little devil is winning, okay? And then later on, the same little devil that was like tempting you is gonna be like, you the one that did that. Remember Adam and Eve? As soon as it was a problem, the serpent was like, she the one ate it. Be careful, guys.
Emotional trauma that comes with such a mind-blowing physical experience in an attachment, because I think it's very difficult, even if a woman tries, especially if she has sex with a guy more than once, to not at some point in some way, even if it's just a little bit, to be somehow connected with that guy.
Well, absolutely. That's how you what are they called again? Soul ties, right? So now you got a bunch of soul ties. This is a spiritual thing that you think that you think you're not dealing with, but then you are dealing with it because that's the same thing that holds you back when it's time to get your blessing. You got all these soul ties. And he about to talk about how you attach to all these different men. They broke my heart. That's the soul tie that you have to break. Why add more fuel to the fire? Anyway.
Yeah, but I also think that every experience isn't mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some people that just suck. Okay. And
I think sometimes we go off and try to be right and we miss the point. This is what she's doing right now.
And I don't think about it, and I don't want to hang out with that person, and I don't want to have sex with them.
Look at the other John. She over here smiling so hard. Like, it's true, this trash. Men feel the same way. So, but it's not the point.
And sometimes that's just a deal breaker. You know, for some women, it's just like, look, if it's bad, it's bad. It's trash. Hello, goodbye.
So here's the thing, though, Shabbat. I don't think that's what Anton was saying.
Thank you.
And
that's not what he was saying.
The problem.
Brittany over here in the chat is talking about ladies, close your legs. Less thinking. I do think the tables do turn.
One of the problems with that mindset, number one, it's not just starting to happen. That's been happening since the sexual liberation.
Wait, somebody says, I think some of the men missed it. We don't need any type of connection to bust it down. Now when we on the level and you have been vulnerable to you, then it's definitely more pleasurable.
Started in the 60s.
That's what they said.
And what's funny is I was literally listening to SWV, You're the One for Me. And I listened to Coco.
I just listened to that song too.
Like whine and cry about something that wasn't hers, but she was gonna be there for him, and she was gonna get to him whichever way he wanted. Because of the fact that he had a woman in this time. So when women talk about,
so now you're getting attached as a modern woman to somebody else's man, but it's okay. It's normal for us now. We made it normal. We made it okay. That's why we're saying, like, and we all decide this is not okay. Isn't that for the better? Versus like, oh, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. That's like telling the man, do whatever you want. You'll never have to pay child support. They know the hell better than that. They know better. They know better. They like, I'm taking the risk. Hopefully it ain't going to be me. But women, we're not going like that. It's like, the way I want it to be is how it's going to be. No, that's not life. What world, what planet are we living on? This is real life. Life is not going to just do whatever you want it to do. It's not, it doesn't work like that. So you're like, oh, haha, it's trash anyway. It's like you're missing the point, but okay.
Y'all are not men. Y'all want the equal like rights of a man, or maybe the equal benefits of a man, but y'all men.
So when he says that, what makes me think about what he's saying is, okay, I don't condone it, but men, it's like you want to be like men, but then you don't want to hold your own door. You want to be like men, but you don't want to pay. I finally got it, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow today. You want to be like men, but you don't want to put the whole family on your back. Okay, somebody, Rufus getting out of pocket. You want to be like men, right? But you don't want to put your life on the line and protect your family. You want to do all the things that men want to do and then say, no, I'm a woman. I'm not saying it gives them the right to act any kind of way. That is not what I'm saying. But if you're going to be like men, take all the dirty jobs. Do what they do. Do what they do. I can't understand. Okay. Oh, I clicked off of it. Yeah, I can't see. Alrighty.
Y'all not. And listen, at the end of the day, y'all still getting slotted.
But see, that's why we have artists like Jasmine Sullivan, right? Okay.
We don't take.
There are really men out here that really try. You use the word y'all, and it's not a y'all thing. It's some, right? It's not all of us that act like that. It's some of us that act like that.
But you didn't say some, though, Siobhan.
Somebody said it a long time ago. They said, if you want to be married, stop listening to Jasmine Sullivan. Don't listen to bust your windows out your car. And, when guys get money, they get brand new. Like, if you are pouring that into your soul, ma'am, You are asking for bum Negroes, okay? I'm just saying.
Yeah, she didn't say all either.
I didn't say all. I didn't say all. So that's what I'm
saying. Come on now, we speaking in generality. No, she was speaking. She said some women are starting to adopt the type of mindset that it comes with men. She didn't say all. And I said y'all.
But I'm saying that's a good thing. No, I don't. That's a good thing. I don't think that it's a good thing. I don't think that it's a good thing. I'm just saying, like, okay, it happened back then, but you know how we are with our outfits, right? It comes back, and that's where we're at.
And guess what? For feminine traditional women are coming back. How about that? That's gonna be back in style because that's what the guys are asking for. Natural this and you know, no fake bodies and no this and then the third. And if you're not willing to make the adjustment or be yourself, then you miss out on that person. And that's fine because some guys are so there's some guys gonna take you and they're like, I don't care what you got fake. Like, but at the same time, is he the quality that you want as well? That's the other thing. So you don't want to qualify. You don't want to. It's kind of like you're making your instead of casting a wider net, you're making your options smaller by saying I'm gonna do whatever it is I want to do. I'm not gonna consider what the other side wants, even though the men work their butt off just to make sure they got that one thing covered that women want them to have is to be a good provider.
Coming back.
So they do it, but we can't.
So, okay. Okay, so there was something that so a lot been said, but before I forget about this, I don't know who said it earlier when the men were speaking, but there was something somebody said about the emotional connection being more for the woman. I genuinely think that the emotional connection is better for both. I think when both the man and the woman have an emotional connection, like it's the best sex. I don't know how people are having good sex with strangers. I really don't know how because I don't know how you're connected.
So that's I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm just saying you're not getting better encounters by not having an emotional connection. You just played yourself because it would have been better if y'all did have an emotional connection. So I'm saying, so yeah.
Tell me you know what I like.
And the guy said this.
Okay, so you have to take the time to get to know, and it's just like when you have that emotional connection, you taking that time, they know what you like. Bro, like there's nothing better than it. It's fire. Like that is the best thing when you have sex. And then just to address the whole Siobhan thing and all of everything she said, that Siobhan, you're right. A lot of women are changing up the game, but I do have to say that like this is not something that all women can exercise in terms of like having a team or a roster and like rotating them in, rotating them out, having different people do this, different people do that. Like yes, this is only a small portion of women because all women can't do that. So it's not like I don't think it's widespread as much as people are making it seem. But I do think that a lot of the times when women do have that type of situation going on, like you have a team or a roster, whatever going on, it's because you don't really like any of them.
Good
right?
point.
But
so you want to seem like, oh man, I got a whole roster, this and then the third. And I used to be like, oh, talking to this person, that I was just talking. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just talking. Let me tell you how these guys did me dirty. They was acting like I'm this female player. Like you would have to see. Like I used to give my 100-day challenge update, and I guess that even though the fact that you say it, they probably was like, she just want to go out and get some food. I'm like, I wasn't getting no food. What are y'all talking about? But anyway, and they were just acting like I was just talking to everybody and I was for everybody. I was like, no, that is not what this is. I want to get to know people. That's why they'll be very surprised. Okay, let me say this. They'd be very surprised when they're like, yo, we got into a deep conversation. I have gotten that so many times. There's like, we talked about some deep things, or they'll say, I haven't had such a long, in-depth, great conversation with a woman in a minute. It's like I like talking to you or something, right? And then what's I gonna say? So it's not like what did I get out of it? Did I get some food? No, it was over the phone. But they took it like, oh, she got all these guys, and it's like they were like backing off. Like I don't, I really don't. So I might have said I clean off the roster because yeah, we sometimes we do want to act like we the guy, but it's not really what it is. Like really, like no, truly and really, you're just getting to know people. And honestly, I'm like the traditional girl. She about to say you right now. Once you like a guy, so if you keeping multiple guys around, it's because you don't like any of them. But if for one guy, you would drop everybody in a heartbeat. And that's when I had to go through the pain. I was like, oh Lord, this is hard. Right? Because I just can't do this. Leave me alone. Right? It was funny though. It wasn't funny, but it was funny because it was like, this is not even a real thing. This is not. Why do I gotta go through this? Right. So that's the pain. But it's people's feelings, so you can't be
Hey,
too
I'm single and I haven't met anybody I really like, so why not? You know what I'm saying? But if you met the guy, if you met someone that you really wanted, you would drop all of them and you would be with him.
So
And
this is one of the first times I agree with her.
This is kind of how instead of before women being single, sitting at home, just like these days, women are like, well, I'm single, I'm not with anybody I like, I haven't met, you know what I'm saying? So let me just get
But that's the thing. But wait, flip that though. Flip what she just said, right? If you flip it, then that means if a man is continuing to see other women, does that mean that he don't like the women that he's dealing with? If he's seeing multiple women and he doesn't see your value, immediately I'm thinking like, okay, well, if nobody stands out, I'm a back out. And a lot of guys, she about to say it, a lot of guys feel this way, like, oh, she's talking to multiple guys. I'm like, this is another thing. Yo, this pisses me off. How you get to talk to multiple women and just you get to decide who you want. But the second the women are trying to figure out who they like, you're like, she's talking to another man. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Because they automatically thinking that you're sleeping with them when you're not. But anyway, that's the one part that annoys me. Y'all need to stop setting precedents that y'all don't want to be followed. How about that? Lead.
Kelly, you mean like roster as in like the sleeping with these dudes, or just like
how many people you're talking to? Like
you may be only sleeping with one or two, one that like six guys you're talking to, but like being
look at their face. You tell it on yourself, ma'am. You may only be sleeping with one or two. The second they hear you sleeping with two guys at the same time, they're like, you nasty. Nasty. Yo. What?
how many people you're talking to?
You may be only sleeping with one or two, one that like six guys.
Look at this guy.
But like
Look at their faces.
Like having sex, having this casual sex in terms of what Siobhan was talking about in terms of casual sex. You see, I think the casual sex thing for women, you know, women can't really, I mean, look, women can't really afford to have casual sex. Not saying that it's not being done,
right.
But if you out here looking to meet, you know, somebody, date them and become, you know, husband and wife, if you, the worst thing for a woman to have is a reputation. So even though you may be casually talking to guys and stuff like that, men talk just like women talk. And if you're talking to this dude and then another dude find, oh man, I'm talking to her too. You smash, I smashed her too. Now you out here looking like a who?
Yeah, but they're
and look how she's talking. She's married, and look how she's talking about reputation. All right, guys, I'm about to Instagram. I'm gonna bid y'all a good night. My phone's about to die. Hold on. And I'm tired of holding the phone. So y'all could catch the full show on YouTube. Click the link in my bio, my personal YouTube channel. Okay. So have a good night, Instagram. Bye. What was it? Modern Women. All right, that's that. Boom. All right, guys, I'm done. Yo, that's crazy. Go ahead, finish, man. Oh my god. What the heck?
New York City. Okay, that's why I'm just trying to make sure, like, where are we?
And I agree with Toy, and I think it's also when we have these rosters of men, that's another thing that's also keeping you single. So we're thinking we have a roster of men until we find that person, not knowing that having that roster of men is a reason why you don't have that person. Men know.
No, so I don't agree. I don't.
Of course.
You can't just out here having sex and then thinking you're going to date someone and take it serious. Men know. Your attitude change. Your emotions change.
Attention.
You see how the y'all check out the men. Check out the men. If you want to know if she's on the right path or not, check out the men. Watch this. Look. This is what I'm talking about. The modern thinking, the modern woman's mindset. It's a mindset, guys. It's a mindset that leads to your actions, that leads to your bad results. Watch this. And it's always like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree. It doesn't matter what you agree with. It's how the men perceive you. I'm going to say that again. It doesn't matter as a modern woman what you agree with. It's how men perceive you because they're the ones approaching you. That's kind of like the house that it's like, oh, I feel like I did so much work to this house. But your cabinets are from like, yeah, you did the kitchen over, but 15 years ago. We're not using those kind of cabinets no more. Right? You got the black appliances when you should have had stainless steel. You should have had white cabinets. You should have had the right backsplash, right? And the men are saying this is what we're attracted to. But you're saying, but no, I did the work. I updated myself the way I saw fit. Then I used it some more. And then now I'm presenting it to you and I want top dollar. No, the guys are saying, no, we want the brand new house. Just like the buyers are saying, not only do we want the brand new house, we want the house that's in tip-top shape. We want a fully rehab home and we're not taking anything less. That's the same way the men feel about the women, right? They want certain things a certain kind of way. And if you feel like somebody else tickles your fancy and you feel like you can get that guy doesn't have that value, every guy feels like, oh, I'm that guy. Sorry. Just like the women be like, I'm special. Men be feeling like they're special. So what they're gonna do is be like, oh, so you talking to more than one person? You gotta make it seem like you're not, sis, right? And if they don't feel that special attention, and Courtney just said, you're giving it away because your energy changes. And it's so true. Oh my gosh. This is why they are saying, please keep have date multiple people so that you don't put all your energy into one person. But when you're into one person, you're giving them like, listen, I really want to be with you vibes, right? And if he is ready for marriage, he gonna be like, cool, you want to be with me, I want to be with you. But if you date if it's another F boy, you're gonna be mad. And that's all I'm saying. So the girls is like, let's stack the deck. We're not gonna drop our the guys that we're talking to because he could be an F boy, but what if he wasn't one? That's where you mess up. Does that make sense? Like if he wasn't one, you fumbled it by doing something like, oh, making him think that you're on different, doing some other stuff that he wouldn't think is cool, even though it's stupid because you don't know this person. But I told y'all, these guys are impatient, impatient and demanding. That's good. Impatient and demanding, sir. I was working. Leave me alone. All right.
Just out here having sex and then thinking you're going to date someone and take it serious. Men know. Your attitude change. Your emotions change.
Attention.
Look at
all
the guys shook their head. Yes, y'all saw that. Let me go.
You can't just out here having sex and then thinking you're going to date someone and take it serious. Men know. Your attitude change. Your emotions change.
Attention.
Look at them. They're shaking their head.
I mean, you put it.
Some people just aren't.
Men know.
Watch the body language. So, what that means is, oh my gosh, sis, peep this, sis. That means if you want to take him seriously, you have to present like you wanted to take him seriously. If you want to take him seriously, if you want him to take you seriously, you have to present like you're serious, meaning cutting all other people off and focusing your energy because that man that you want has options. And so therefore, if he's not feeling the energy, it may be like because you working or whatever, but if he's even they hold it against you, they hold working against you. They hold your children against you. Do you have time to date? Do you even have time to date? Because I know a girl that don't have time. Oh, I met a girl who didn't work, like who worked all crazy hours, and she didn't have time for a relationship. They holding all that against you, man. I know it seems impossible, but it can be done with the right mindset. Because if you're not giving them that attention and energy, they're just not going to take you seriously. So it's like you got to be serious first, and then he will slowly start to let go of his options. I got into this little thing with somebody, and he wanted to take me seriously, right? But he was like, "Well, you're gonna have to let everybody go, like right now." I'm like, "Sir, sir." I was like, "You know what? Okay, fine." Then, then I was like, "Wait a minute. Are you letting everybody go?" He's like, "Yeah, I was gonna get around to it." I was like, "No, no, no." But in reality, that's his plan. He's like, "Well, everything just happened so fast." But in reality, that was his plan. But like I said, once you peep how they move, then you gotta move around how they move. So you be like, "All right, I will show you my commitment. I will let people go, but you're too busy trying to play. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. I, I'm. I got options. I got options. I got options." You can let them know one time, yeah, I do have options, but it's not something you throw in their face. And you putting your energy into other men is throwing it in their face. Sometimes women, you're going to get burned in this process. You're going to get burnt. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. If you don't do this part right here, he's not going to take you seriously. Because now he feel like he's competing for you. I just hate all of it. I ain't gonna lie. He doesn't want to feel like he's competing with other men for you. He doesn't want to feel like he's competing with other men for you. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But this is what I do know. A guy told me, he said, "I don't want to date a woman that's too fine because I don't want to compete with all the attention that she's getting from other men. I'd rather date a woman that's less fine and not deal with the headaches." Told me that flat out. Talking to me. It's like, "Sir, can't handle it. Like, it's on my phone. I'm working." So I always had to make sure he knew that I don't even care like about attention. If you let that attention get to you and you're not showing him like this, yes, it's all put together, but this is for you. I had a little incident where my skirt was too short, and he was like, "Oh, I had this skirt on." He's like, "That's not possible. Your skirt can never be too short." I said, "Sir, it was." Right? Let me tell you. I think I told this story before, right? And so my skirt was short. I had this whole big day, right? I had a photo shoot to do. I had a house to show. And what I decided to do, like I had to see one of my peoples, right? I saw this Haitian lady, she looked me up and down, was like, look at her with her short little skirt on. She made me feel some type of way. So I had to go change it. But eventually I had to wear that dress, and I tied my scarf around. And Mr. I don't mind if my woman is sexy was like, "Oh, you doing this for me. Like I get the privilege of, you start hearing like, yo, I like that about you, that you're reserving it for my attention only and not everybody else's." Right? Because I was like, yeah, there isn't such a thing called your skirt's too short. Because if I have to bend down and my cheeks is out, he's like, no, 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 don't do that. He's like, no, no, no. I was like, oh, you know how you been like trying to break like you was hardcore. I was like, oh, now I see how you feel. Yeah, so that's my little story.
People out there in the street, they know, and they're gonna try you because they're gonna be another one on the rocks. And it's okay. They're able to pin you or put you in a situation where they're gonna have sex with you. You're gonna have emotions, and they're able not to.
Well, see, here's the thing, guys, right? So Toya, Courtney, I get it, but I'm gonna just wholeheartedly agree with y'all. This dating pool is not how it used to be with y'all. Okay? It's just not. You can't walk in there like you used to be. Like, hello, how are you? My name is Siobhan. You can't. Nothing is new.
Wait, why do you say like?
So she's saying basically y'all old, and this is the young girls game, and nice girl behavior is not appropriate.
Like them. Like, how can you? Go ahead, Victoria. Wait, no, I don't even know what she was saying because she didn't finish.
Now she's defending her.
She was like, what is?
She's like, oh, finally a young modern girl.
What I'm responding to is what she said about things are different. Yeah, I've been married for 13 years now. So, but as far as men and women dealing with each other, that's not different. Just like Rilla was telling you, everything that's going on now went on in the 70s.
It's totally different. There was no social media in the 70s.
I'm not talking about that, Kayla. Kayla, I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about how men and women deal with each other. Everything that's going on now went on back then. You think people just started doing threesomes and all that kind of stuff? That stuff been going on.
Why was this? I'm not doing threesomes. I don't want to add.
I know. That's an example.
They said that real quick. Hold on. See, it's levels, okay? So it's okay to be promiscuous. Let's call it promiscuity, right? Because that's what I am woman, hear me roar. Let me be promiscuous and don't judge me for it. But they do. That's all I'm saying. They do. And I get when you want to do your thing and nobody can judge you, but they do. And we just trying to save you from the consequences of they do. That's it. I'm not trying to judge a woman. Why would I tell a woman, oh no, you can't sleep with him, you can't sleep with him, and you better not do that, you're a bad girl? No, I just know how hypocritical they can be. So I would rather be like, yeah, it's not a good look, sis, because this is how they gonna do you when you do that. There's levels. Promiscuity's here, right? But if you are doing a threesome, everybody, now it's not, oh no. Now that makes you a ho. wait, not a ho, right? And it's so crazy how a word that I just used to hate. Like, I'll never call a girl the B word. But this behavior, it's like we always talking about it. We're always dealing with it. So it becomes normal. Can you imagine a day when threesomes is like a normal thing for every girl to do? They're saying no. The first thing, they're like, one thing I haven't done is do that. That's because the boundary was here. The boundary was I'm gonna be with one man, I'm gonna marry him, right? And then they moved it, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be with a couple guys. And then they moved it, I'll be with any guy I want to, and you better not judge me. And then they moved it like, okay, that is the line that we're gonna stay here. But the girls is doing threesomes and the groupies and all that stuff like that, we're not them because they're the hoes and we are not. But the guy back here that is still with, only was one person or the virgin, he think all y'all is hoes. How about that? Or the guy that feel like he's a born again hoe, right? For real, because that's how they think. They're like, when I'm ready to get married, none of my past matters. And we want the clean slate that the men get. But the reason why we don't get the clean slate is because we're not the ones choosing. I can't emphasize that enough. If we were choosing, then we would clear our own slate. Of course, they can be the hypocrites that clear their own slate. I love y'all, but that's not fair. What y'all do to the ladies is not fair. But it's okay, right? Some of them can give you grace. They'll meet you in the middle from virgin to not that many guys. They'll meet you in the middle, and they'll act like you're brand new. They're like, my girl's fit, right? Not too many guys can come up and say that they hit, and it's all good. But when you start like, oh, in my 20s, I was all over the place, and this and then the third, some guys are just not comfortable with that. And that's what burns you. Especially, wait, hold up. You know what the thing that is hurting women the most? Social media. It's not the fact that you dealt with a lot of guys. It's the fact that everybody knew you were sleeping with them. Everybody knew when you took a picture on that boat that what was going down. When you was being flown out and you showed everybody, flew out, right? They know that you were sleeping with him. They know there was something going on. So you post and post and post and cut it out. If you're going to handle your business, do it in private, my sister.
Of something. But what I'm saying is, exactly.
But you
Nothing in the
DM'd
dating
3
scene
different
is new.
girls at once in the 70s.
Okay.
But you
Nothing in the
DM'd
dating
3
scene
different
is new.
girls at once in the 70s.
Okay.
But
All right.
let's
Finish
start
your
the
statement.
Hold on. What did you say?
I said, could you DM 3 girls at once in the 70s?
That's not.
Yeah,
That's not
it was easier
I'm
to
sorry, I
do
didn't know that there were
They
DMs.
were writing letters. They were writing letters.
Letters?
She's trying to be funny. They were writing letters like we old, like they old.
Listen, let me tell you something.
No, letters or not, they was hitting it. Okay.
Listen, Toya said something that is right, and I have to agree with you. The problem, and our parents said it to us growing up all our lives. Why do you think that you're doing something new?
Yep.
There's nothing new underneath the sun. The only difference is delivery. It's just open because you have easy access to things. Why? Because of social media.
It's the same thing, but faster.
Cheating been going on. Women not just dealing with you, but cheating on you for your best friend. That was going on back then. Bobby Womack, Sam Cook. Like just listen to the songs. Go listen to those blues songs and the dudes talking about how girls broke his heart and the whole 9 yards. They been doing this.
Ali, we can listen to Tony Braxton and be sad too, but here we are. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is,
It's just trying to be funny, trying to be right. It's like, oh, quick little win. Women, beat them at their own game. I'm done. Did you see that? Beat them at their own game. It's like your team dunks on them. The guys are dunking, boop, and the girls are like they just fling their skirt and like, haha, we won because we flung our skirt. Beat them at their own game. If you're going to talk and discuss, dunk on them too. Have a actual great point instead of an off joke. If you want to beat men at their own game, and the game is getting your draws, don't give them the draws. That's how you win the game. That's all I'm saying. Hold on. You wrap your leg. Imagine. Oh God. You never know what she's gonna do. Get these are your legs and wrap them with the scarf. That's how you win the game, sis. The very thing they want, you don't give it to them. And that's that. You're not just like, I'm going to win this game that y'all playing, running through women by running through men. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I almost believed that when I was 14, 15. When they said, do them boys like they do you. And I was like, but who's that going to hurt? Thank you, Holy Spirit. I was like, all they going to do is call me a hoe. They got names to us, all types of names, right? You can't beat them at that game. The only way to beat them at that game is by not giving it up. That's how you beat them. By requiring marriage, by requiring engagement, by requiring relationships. That's how you beat them. To get them to give you the thing they didn't want to give you, which was their commitment. That's why the wedding ring is winning, because if you care about that, that's winning. The wives feel like they've won because you're like, look, what I made him do to get me, versus I'm going to win by giving it up to you easy, fast, and then telling you to leave after. You did not win, my friend. You just gave them the ball. You just dunked it for the other team. I did that one time in a game, y'all. I don't talk about it. Right? Because why y'all switching sides? I didn't know how to play basketball. That was so embarrassing. That's like the worst thing you can do. Literally, the worst thing you can do is score for the other team, and I did that. But I'm telling you, I will embarrass myself right now, just so y'all know when y'all are doing casual sex and you tell him get up and when it's all over, please get up and leave. Listen to Beyonce. Do you think she's telling Jay-Z to do that right now? Absolutely not. Okay? She's not. Okay? Then she was dangerously in love. Okay? And from then on, look at the house, family, and kids. So what you talking about? When it's all over, please get up and leave. You lost. You dunked for the other team. You didn't even just shoot the ball in. You dunked it for them. You gave them exactly what they wanted. And you're like, yeah, what? I gave you exactly what you wanted. And what? And I'm not going to sweat you. You better sweat them. That was the punishment. That was the punishment. If he didn't want a relationship, you're like, wait, where's that? That was the punishment. That'll make them think twice. But if y'all just like, oh, it's so easy. Y'all over here making them have sex with you on the first day, like y'all making the men. They just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're too fast. You're too easy. You seem like you're trying to set me up. That's what they tell me. I was like, well, there's a lot of women out there. You better go get down. So it ain't gonna be me. That's it. It's a wrap. I'm tired. I'm tired of my squad.
Listen,
oh, I gotta go, guys.
The thing about it is that's the problem. We really in this world in our lives thinking, and this shows our immaturity in our youthful stage. We really think that this is just started in our era. No, you forget it's still not
not only that, bro. Not only that, they DMing, they fucking, and
talking about the older people.
Anton says something, and he's correct. Come out and they show you how to do it.
The older people in the nursing homes getting STDs.
However, these old head men ain't got it, man. We gotta stop thinking that
the world didn't just start with us. It was something that
strategically that benefits them. But do you see that from like girls you went to high school day-to-day people? Like, I'm sorry because I don't see that just like in the high school.
I was agreeing with Toya.
all right, so this is it, and then I'm out.
There's nothing new under the sun. I think right now we just are more. Everything is easily accessible, and where you would Mr. Charlie would cheat with Sarah and them right next door. Now Mr. Charlie can go over to California because it's the accessibility, the internet. So, but for me, what the core is and what has not changed is how we deal with relationships and really what makes relationships work. What men want and what women want hasn't changed, and it's not going to change. We quote unquote say the modern woman because the modern woman is adapting to what we're doing now instead of realizing what has always worked what will continue to work. A woman's nature, what a woman wants, that's not going to change. Protector, provider. What a man always wants is a woman that is submissive to him, is feminine, and is willing to help him in whatever he needs to in the house. That's not going to change. And until we realize we live in a modern society, yes, we have accessibility. That's why I think a lot of us are single because we're not reverting back to what we knew would work. We are trying to figure out how to make things work with what we're doing now. And the numbers prove that it just doesn't.
No. So I don't agree. I don't agree with Brittany. I really don't.
Well, tell me why you don't.
I don't agree because you're saying, okay, here's the new norm.
Just because you don't agree does not mean it's going to go your way.
This is what we're doing. This is what we used to do. Like, I get it. But at the end of the day, it's more of a stance of here we are, like right now. Like, there are some things that I'm not going to conform to. There are certain things that a man isn't going to conform to. Like, it's just nature. It's just what it is. It's just what it is right now. And I understand.
That's why we're failing.
No,
we're trying to adapt to a new norm, but the new norm doesn't equivocate to being normal.
Yeah.
Lifestyles that we are living, things that we're doing, the bodies that we're having, that could be the new norm, but it's not normal. That's not what is going to sustain a relationship.
But you also
doesn't.
But you also don't have to have a lot of bodies either. Like, you can be submissive, but there's still something that they need.
But if we're in
Sometimes
the new norm,
be everything that person needs, and then they still want something.
What is it?
But
What?
hold on, because when we talk about the new norm and how women are being the new norm, how we look, how we dress, how we present ourselves, how we treat men, how we treat ourselves. The new norm is us showing a lot more, acting wilding out a lot more, as if that's okay. That new norm does not work in sustaining a relationship. And you don't have to take the numbers prove it. We're not getting better. Why not? Because we're conforming to shit that we shouldn't be conforming to. Just because it's new doesn't mean we need to be trying it out and doing it. Some of this stuff we need to be rejected. So the new norm is not necessarily something that should be celebrated. The new norm is looking at us like, darn, our society is going a little off the rails. Let's scale it back a little bit.
That was it. That was the whole thing. Good job, Courtney. That's it. So, in some of the question, should modern women stay modern or go back to being traditional? In some ways, we're always going to be modern. We're moving forward. We can vote now. We can work now. We got to balance so many things out. In other ways, we have to go back to being our traditional values and our morals. It's almost like being a modern woman is giving up your morals and your values, and just to be like everybody else. When I look around and I'm like, you look at a girl and her hair is done a certain way, her nails are done a certain way, she dressed a certain kind of way, you already know what you're dealing with. You already know what you're dealing with. And nobody's going to get to know how you are, who you are, because they're going to have all these assumptions about you versus you doing things in a more traditional feminine way. And that's what's going to attract the man, even though you feel like, oh, you're making all these changes. No, you're going back to your natural state. That's it. Don't you see that you don't like working all that time? Like morning to night? Don't you see that? Your body not telling you that. That you can't pull this off for 20, 25 years? You only could do it in a certain kind of scenario. So you're going back to your natural state. That's all. Love you guys so much. I would love to know what you think about the show. Thank you so much for watching Ruth and Relationships. Ruth and Relationships. Tell me, can you handle it? It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye. All right. I bless your dating life, your marriage, and your kids. Bye.